What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be talking about filth maxing. I may have made this term up, but I essentially use it to describe hoarders, horror cows, neat nest, pheromone maxing, etc. Basically, it's any sort of gross or disgusting out of the order behavior that people use to gain clout, money, or those precious internet views, dude. A lot of the time, I feel like this happens unintentionally. You know, you find somebody doing something funny on the internet, you start to watch more of their videos, and then they nonchalantly reveal that they've been living with a family of roaches for the past 10 years. Or maybe they keep moldy coffee cups on their desk. Whether it's your favorite streamer or some rando on the internet, eventually, we all run into a filth maxer. Now, when we say filth maxing, you're probably thinking of someone like Asmongold, Noval Line, XQC, but people monetizing their or other people's disgusting behaviors has been pretty popular for a while now. In 2009, A&E launched their new show, Hoarders, and it was an overnight sensation.
I have 3 houses full of stuff. Whoa!
Hoarders documents individuals struggling with compulsive hoarding disorder. The people featured have accumulated excessive amounts of items, often to the point where their living spaces have become hazardous, and some are even living in their own waste. The most infamous episode of Hoarders comes from season 6 with Shanna. Shanna was known for hoarding rotting food, garbage, and even using her own home as a personal bathroom, refusing to throw away waste.
This house has a septic issue. It's supposed to be drained once every 4 years. And there's still some space in the toilet, but I don't want it to overflow. So I've been using a bucket.
I think the house will kill Shanna if she doesn't get out of there.
I'm so worried about her health.
When the bucket is full of pee and poop, it's really hard to lift it. So I just put it in a smaller bucket. And I take it outside and empty it.
This woman had a literal poop bucket. Toilet? No thank you. I have a 5-gallon bucket from Home Depot. Her house was so unsanitary that it was considered uninhabitable, filled with decayed food and filth. Despite interventions from the cleanup crew and therapist, Shanna displayed a shocking level of detachment from the state of her home, even claiming that she found nothing wrong with eating expired food or living in filth.
Never been opened.
This is covered in mold.
It might be a little bit moldy because I don't have a freezer.
So you're gonna eat moldy bread?
No, I'm gonna pick the mold up.
To add more to it, her mom was the original hoarder. They lived together for about 13 years until she unfortunately died of cancer, to which Shanna is so detached from the situation with her house, she believes that it is a musty odor. It's mold and dust that caused her mom to die. Yes, Shanna, yes, it is the mold and dust that caused it, not the literal human shit that she was eating in all of her meals.
Lord have mercy, there's just all this cancer-causing dust.
No, it's shit buckets and rotting food. Hoarders is probably one of the most well-known shows when it comes to illustrating the conditions that people are actively living in, and this started a new trend with reality TV as well. Like in 2012, we got My 600-Pound Life, which has countless episodes showing the quality of life of obese individuals. I actually remember opening up Hulu and seeing that the sponsor for My 600-Pound Life was Hershey. Hershey for the obesity show. I'm also going to warn you right now, I'll warn you one time that if you're eating right now, you might want to finish now or wait. Many of these individuals' obesity was so debilitating that they developed skin conditions from not bathing regularly or from sitting in their own bodily waste. Some were even more severe, and they suffered from open sores, chronic yeast infections, necrotic or rotting flesh, and in one case in particular, there were maggots living in the fold of their skin due to a lack of hygiene and cleanliness. I never want to experience the sensation of having maggots on me or living in me. I have to imagine it feels like the scarab guy from The Mummy, though. If you remember The Mummy, is a great movie. 10 out of 10. Definitely recommend. Lisa Fleming, weighing over 700 pounds, was completely bedridden and relied on her adult children to take care of her.
Hurting bad. And when Danielle pulled open the folds of my skin, she found little maggots on there.
Lisa's poor health led to multiple infections, skin ulcers, and an inability to care for herself. Despite being offered help by Dr. Now, Lisa struggled to follow his strict weight loss plan and remained dependent on her enablers. Unfortunately, her health continued to decline until Lisa tragically passed away in 2018 at the age of 50, shortly after her episode was filmed. I know a lot of these people have mental problems or are just a victim of their circumstance, but at what point, especially if you're their kid, at what point do you either give up or make them make a change? But reality TV isn't what we're talking about today. So let's fast forward to 2019, where we got streamer who hasn't cleaned his house since 2005. Jägermeister, a Twitch streamer, took it upon himself to finally clean up his room after allegedly never cleaning it in 14 years. While that time may have been exaggerated, he did admit to having 2 garbage bags filled with urine and a collection of moldy foods. My first question also while reading this was he pissing directly into the garbage bags, or did he have jugs that he filled up and then put in the garbage bags? They always have pee jugs. They always have pee jugs. He also acknowledged that his living conditions might indicate underlying mental issues. When he realized Dexerto was in a stream, he commented saying, "Wait, Dexerto? Am I gonna have a Dexerto article about me? What the f?" Later, he would message Dexerto privately saying, "I'd like to advise anyone who doesn't already play WoW to avoid the game at all costs, else they have a room like mine." Despite initiating a cleanup during his 2019 stream, reports indicate that by early 2020, his room had reverted to its previous cluttered state. Which, speaking of WoW, Asmongold is probably one of the most famous gross core filth max goblins out there, who really concreted his name with his appearance on a YouTube video 14 years ago, where he showed off the state of his room.
Hello everyone. Heard a lot of people saying that I exaggerate things, I make things more than what they are, and that's true, but not in terms of my room. A lot of people think that it's actually not as bad as it is, and I'm probably gonna clean it today, but I don't want to lose the memory. That's my bed. Wendy's. Just, yeah. Here's my desk. There you go. My character, fucking awesome. This is Drake. And I've got up here, we have some Whataburger numbers, some fucking Mountain Dew, more McDonald's drinks. I probably have 30 McDonald's drinks here. And see, first it started on my desk, right? And then put a couple of them behind my monitor. Ran out of room. Started putting them down here, and this is the one from today. That was good.
I feel like this one's pretty self-explanatory. I think everybody has seen this video at this point. I mean, the man's a millionaire, and he sleeps on a bare mattress on the floor, and he has gumblood on his walls. And he might be one of the grossest content creators out there, but also, he's one of the most popular.
Let's get a better look at that. That's molded over Coke. That's more molded over Coke. This one's one of my favorites here. I don't even know how long this has been here. That's just disgusting.
This video, while gross, gave him a good push and no doubt led to a rise in viewers and engagement. So while he didn't originally make the video with the intent of getting famous off of it, he was able to capitalize on the newfound popularity and allowed that filth factor to fuel his growth. This undoubtedly inspired other creators to show off their neatness, their battle stations, and some even purposefully have been filth maxing in order to achieve fame. While these are older examples, every now and then I'm scrolling through TikTok, I'm checking YouTube, and I'll come across some video where it's just some guy surrounded by garbage, or someone like King Cobra who just clearly doesn't want to take care of themselves. And they're posting about their trip to Subway or whatever, but the only thing people can focus on is how disgusting their teeth are or the state of their apartment. And a lot of people recognize that these videos were getting a lot more attention than they probably deserved. No one is watching a King Cobra video for the production value or to watch this man make his 18th prosciutto sandwich. They're watching to see how bad things have gotten, which of course puts him in a lol-cow camp, and we're making our own little video about that. But some creators saw this as a moneymaker. Our first account is Hood Meals, who boasts over 7 million TikTok followers, with a lot of his videos receiving multi-million views. What started as a humble cooking channel took a serious turn once he took notice of everyone commenting on his gross cooking setup. And instead of fighting back, he decided to make it part of his brand.
Yes, sir.
He would post videos of him cooking alongside roaches, dirty dishes, moldy food, and more. What was originally shared as rage bait was soon seen as proof that really anyone can do anything. While his conditions may be seen as destitute, a lot of the recipes really weren't that bad. He's done a lot of great collabs, started building his own restaurant, and has become quite successful. The biggest question for me was, how much of this was really his living situation? While yes, it was very disgusting, it obviously wasn't part of his daily life. Pow Envy is another TikToker who started gaining the bulk of his views back in 2023 with his Life of a Roblox Streamer series.
Cleaning my room as a Roblox streamer. Again. First, I went over what we have. We have a roach infestation. I don't think it's caused by me. I think it's just they're really invasive. We've got some bowls we have to clean up. Found this hot dog. July 4th. Alright, we clean up this chair. Get some of these bowls down. That's a little crusted on. Might need to soak it in some hot water first. We have some frappuccinos. Looks like something tried growing in here. Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
A tour of his room showed us a disgusting state of moldy foods, drinks, and trash. There's this one video of him smashing a cockroach with his bare hand, and I can never, it's ingrained in my memory. I can never unsee it. It's disgusting. His #1 video currently sits at nearly 40 million views on TikTok, and he has over 500,000 followers. He turned into a meme overnight and continued to pump out daily videos showcasing his living conditions. What makes him different from the other people on this list is while his other content wasn't able to break 100,000 views, he clearly saw the shock value in his lifestyle and decided to monetize it. Instead of creating content in a filthy space, he made his filthy space the content. While his Roblox streamer series peaked his popularity, he's since eased up on the FILTHMAX kind of videos that he was doing. Now a lot of his videos are more vlog style and update videos, along with huge collabs like Sketch, World of T-Shirts, Vex Bolts, and more. I think at this point also he's a much cleaner individual. A lot of his videos now aren't focused on his conditions, more just him being a cringe icon. Lastly, I want to talk about someone who has adopted the full cringe FILTHMAX persona. Fluff Dumpster is a mother-son duo channel, which personally I don't think should even exist, dude.
You not showering?
Okay, so I've been pee showering for the last 4 days. It's where I dab my hair with some of my pee. I want to show that to you guys, actually.
The channel depicts a mother who constantly struggles with her son's unhygienic ways, including not showering, storing pee in bottles. There's always piss jugs, dude. And of course, the infamous trench foot.
I think our relationship needs a few ground rules before it can even start. I've seen the way you look at me, and I can tell in those eyes that you desperately want me. Kind of like how a homophobic person may be gay, a person who hates pheromones might actually be a pheromone maxer secretly. Okay, so I just want to get some ground rules and bullet points out first. You must call off your hounds. I see your trolls in the comments every day. It was kind of like with August the Duck and his troll brigade. It's kind of the same thing. Stop it. I want to see your hogs.
Which I don't believe the trench foot thing was ever real, mostly because if it was, by this point, it probably should have been amputated. I mean, it already looked like a Halloween decoration in the videos. The main plot point of this account is the guy's pheromone maxing, which is the attempt to enhance or manipulate pheromonal output through different means. For some people, this is simply avoiding artificial scents and allowing your natural pheromones to dominate, and for other people, it's not showering and wearing soiled clothes. Which camp do you think Fluff falls into? I think this is the standard of FILTHMAXing. The entire channel was created to show an exaggerated, gross character. However, to achieve this exaggerated, gross character, you must become the exaggerated, gross character. To give yourself that greasy, gross appearance and soiled clothes, you have to not bathe and not wash your clothes. Unlike Pow Envy, who is already living in a gross room and decided to monetize it, these people disrupted their lives to try and garner views on the internet. And the reason why I think they're disrupting their own lives to make this content is because I don't think the mom would take an active role in letting her son not shower for like a month on end. And while a month may be exaggerated, he's still not showering regularly. He also had his own version of the attraction sign like Chris Chan, which isn't really FILTHMAXing, but I do think is funny. I think Pow also had one, actually. Fluff is a smaller creator than the rest listed here, currently sitting around 45,000 followers on TikTok, but their most viewed video does have 8 million views, which is pretty crazy. I think if you asked any of these people about their content, they would probably say something like, "It's a character, it's not really me. I fooled you. It's a set." Sure, but you also haven't showered in 2 months in order to troll online strangers. Got it. Regardless of the intention, you still did the thing. I mean, you may be getting some short-term money and internet clout, but at the same time, if anyone recognized you in public, they probably wouldn't stand downwind from you, is what I'm saying. And while the main intent of this is to rage bait, it is to invite trolls into the comment section to drive their engagement. It's not sustainable. That's probably the biggest part about a FILTHMAXER's life cycle. They don't care about their reputation. They don't care about how they're perceived. All they care about is that internet fame, baby. All press is good press after all. But also believe me, making one video of the trash in your room does not make you a FILTHMAXER. XQC might be a goblin, but he's not Asmongold. So why is there such an attraction to this content? Well, honestly, it's because it feels like a modern day freak show. For whatever reason, we love seeing things that are out of the ordinary with a side of human suffering. With Hoarders and My 600 Pound Life, it feels more like, hey, look at these freaks over here. Ooh, your life is pretty good, isn't it? Don't feel so bad about eating McDonald's now, do ya? Whoa! And sensationalizing suffering isn't a new thing. In journalism, there's a phrase you've probably heard, if it bleeds, it leads, which on the surface means if there's a murder, a war, or a mass shooting, it's front page material. Basically, human suffering is trending. And on the internet, this sensationalization expands further to things that are simply seen as out of the ordinary, like furries, cringy TikToks, lol cows, and of course, FILTHMAXERs. I also understand that FILTHMAXing probably sounds a lot like just horror cows, but for me, horror cows are unintentional, and then FILTHMAXing is more intentional. Does that make sense? So what does the future hold for modern day FILTHMAXERs? Where do they go from here? Well, there are plenty of subreddits and places for them to post their piss jugs and flat cats, I don't know, whatever else they find in hoarding houses. However, the actual creators do need to diversify at some point. Sure, we like seeing your neatness online, but I don't want to see the same one over and over and over again. And when it's time to branch out into other content, it's not going to be an easy transition. You're still going to have people who know who you are and your past content. The only hope for FILTHMAXERs is that when they blow up, they make enough money or get enough clout that they can be sustained for the rest of their life, or it doesn't damage them enough that they can still get an actual job. So will this go away anytime soon? I doubt it. There will always be people who are looking for quick internet fame at the cost of their own image. And with how much we love watching weirdos on the internet, there's always going to be a constant stream of new FILTHMAXERs leaking into the mainstream. Anyway, that's it for today's video. If I missed something or you just want to talk about your favorite FILTHMAXER, make sure to put it in the comments down below. Remember to like and subscribe. And boys, I will see you in the next one. All right. Bye.
I am looking for young ladies, for applicants on my love quest. I am looking for over 18 but under 30 years of age women who will be interested